Hello and welcome to our mini Amazon course project recording. As you can see on the homepage, we have implemented a products table that contains all essential information: product name, image, category, product description, minimum price at which the product is offered, average rating, and the availability. If you scroll down all the way to the bottom, we can see that we have implemented pagination and that we have about 50,000 products on sale. If we click next, we can see that the database runs very smoothly, in fact. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to register a new account and create a new product, which we are then going to offer for sale. So we can enter all the information about our user. In this case, it's going to be Jeff Yang. We can enter the address and also an email address. For time constraint purposes, we're going to enter an address that is not currently in the system, but there is a validation check here that checks whether the email is already in the system. All right, so we are now a registered user and we can log in with the newly created account. So we can go to our account management and we can see all information about our account. In the top, we can also see the newly generated user ID. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to withdraw some money. As you can see, the initial balance is 0. So let's try to withdraw $10. Okay, so we don't have any funds to withdraw. So we can add some funds now. Add $10, and we can see that our new balance is now at $10. Let's first create a product, since every user can create a product without being a seller. We can see that we have not previously created a product, and we can enter our new product information. This is going to be a computer. We will put it in consumer electronics, provide a brief description, and just have it pull a random image. We'll submit, and suddenly the product has been added to the product created table and with all the relevant information. So let's go back and become a seller. And then let's put this new product in our inventory. For this purpose, we go to Seller Account Management. We go to Inventory Management, and we're going to add a new product. We can easily add the product by ID, and for this purpose, we will search for the product, computer, by keyword. Product shows up. We can see that it's the ID 100,001. We can enter the product ID, enter the quantity and the price at which we would like to offer it, and then submit. And at this point, the product has been added to our inventory. It's now the only item in our inventory since we just recently became a seller. So if we log out now and log into a user account that already exists, let's see if we can purchase this new product. So we log in with some user which we have previously created, and we're going to be able to show that we can actually search for a few things. So certainly if you want to search price high to low, exactly, perfect. So we can scroll down and see that it's not correctly sorted by price. Okay, so let's go back up and let's search for our computer. Search by keyword and computer. Apply the filters and go to the product details page. On the product details page, we can see that the product currently has no ratings since it was just recently created. And it has exactly one seller, but the seller also has no rating because we just created the seller account. So let's add the product to our cart. Let's see if we can add 5 of them, even though the seller just has 1 on inventory. No, there's only 1 of this item, so we can only add 1 of it. We'll add it to our cart. And now let's see what happens. So we go to our cart. Since we said that this user was already pre-generated, so there are other items in the cart, we can see that the cart total is $173,000 US, but we only have $3,444 available. So let's see what happens when we try to check this entire cart out. Okay, so we don't have enough funds. We could add some funds, but actually let's try to apply a coupon code. Let's just apply the coupon code June Bezos, which is quite magic, because it's going to give us 99% off. But instead of checking out the entire cart, which would be sort of lame, let's just check out one individual item, which is going to be our computer, the selected item. Okay, we can see that now the order went through. We can see a total price of $20, which corresponds to 1% of $2,000, since we had a 99% off coupon. And we can see that the computer, which is sold by Jeff Yang, has not been fulfilled. So let's do the first thing and let's add a seller review to Jeff Yang. even though we haven't actually received the computer yet, we just still want to leave a review. So we submit the review, and we also want to look at the product now in detail again. So let's leave a review for the computer as well. We can add the first review, give it 5 stars, and say good stuff. We can submit the review, and we can see that the average rating has now changed. It now shows 5 out of 5 as the average, and there's a total number of 1 reviews, where our review is 5 and our rating is 5 and our review is good stuff. So if we go further down, we can see that now some things have changed. The seller no longer has 0 reviews, but he actually has 5 stars, which is the review we gave him. Also, we can see that the available quantity has changed to 0. So surely if you want to go back to the home page, actually, let's search for our computer again by keyword. And we can see that the availability of the product is now false. So the computer is currently no longer available. All right, let's log out and let's fulfill our order from the seller perspective. So let's log back into the seller account, which we previously created. And let's see if the order shows up. So we go to our account management, seller account management, and we go to order fulfillment. And we can see that this computer was just ordered, and we can see the total price, and we can now mark the status as fulfilled. So we mark it as fulfilled, status changes. And if you go back to our account, we can also see that our balance has increased from $10, which we had previously added, to $30, thus a net increase by $20 as desired. Okay, so if we log out again and go back to the user, we want to see if the updated fulfillment status now shows up. All right, so we can go to user account. We can see our orders, and well, that's where our order is, and we can see that the order is now fulfilled. We can also see that the orders placed are sorted in reverse chronological order by default. Okay, let's go to view order details again, and let's click on the seller. So this is going to be the user view, the public view for this seller. And one thing we can do here is we can email the seller. So let's send an email to the seller in which we say, service, thank you for quick delivery or quick shipping. We've sent the message, and we can now see in our message dashboard that we have sent this message in the outbox to the seller. Okay, so if one other thing we can show here before we go back to the seller to see if they actually received the message is the public view for users. You can see the user directory. We can see it's sorted by user ID. We can see whether the user is a seller or not. And if we scroll all the way to the bottom, we can see that also here we implemented pagination, and we have a total of 100,000 users. So let's click at a user who is not a seller just to show what we display here. Exactly, so we don't display any real information to protect privacy, but we can send the user a message if we wanted to. So let's log back out, and let's log back into the seller account finally to see if we were able to receive the message. For this, we go to our inbox, and we can see that we indeed received a message, and let's see if it matches the text. Yes, it does, and we can also see the time sent. So these are the basic features of our mini Amazon. However, we want to show one more thing, and so if we go to the home page, and we want to show that we are safe against certain types of URL attacks. So if you want to click on the first product and go further down, we can see that seller 2 currently does not offer this product, but let's see if we can still add it to the cart by seller 2. So let's click add to cart. We can see the URL is dynamically generated, so we can change it, and we can see that we can try to add product 90,888, not from seller 648, but from seller 2 to our cart. Let's click enter. So this currently allows us to try to do it, and let's see if we can add it. Oh, we can see that this item is not sold by the seller, so we are in fact safe against this type of attack. Well, and that's it. That's our mini Amazon for the course project.